I'm Clint, and welcome to my Art Fundamentals series, where in each episode we're going to be taking a look at different art fundamentals that I think every artist should know. Basic anatomy and proportions is the topic of this particular episode of Swatches. Proportions of the head. Now, we looked at the proportions over the overall body compared to the head length. There's proportions in the head that you should learn. These are also things that you should memorize. So let's look at what's going on here, and then I'll kind of resketch it on this side. Let's step through it first. Overall height of the head is a 2:3 ratio. That is, if you divide this into 1 point, 2 point, and you do the same thing down the side, then that's 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 3 units. So it's 2 units wide, 3 units tall. You can create that by doing a wonky circle. Divide that in half, right along there. You can throw a square in below it. Remember, if it's a square, then that means this much also needs to be below there, so right around there. That gives us a 2:3 ratio. There's 1, 2, 3, and of course the circle should be as wide as it is tall, so that's 1 unit, 2 units. And all we need to do then is cut off for the jaw, over how your jawline is for your particular character that you're sketching, and boom, we have our 2:3 ratio. This is excess. You can erase that later, you don't need that. Depending on the person, it changes. So some people, the 2:3 ratio includes the ears. That is, on side to side, the overall width will have the ear inside of that line. Other people will have the ear on the outside of that line. So pay attention if you're drawing somebody from reference of which one they are. Wider faces, of course, usually have the ears on the outside. My face is a bit more to this side, which is my ears on the inside of that ratio. The eyes are halfway. Vertically, they are halfway. This is a common mistake that younger artists or children often make. Place the eyes too high on the head. Now, halfway from the pupils to the bottom of the chin is the nose. So we have, this is overall 1/2. That puts the nose at 1/4. Now, from the nose down, it's divided into thirds. 1/3, 2/3 down. Now, this changes a bit depending on the person. But like I mentioned earlier, almost all the landmarks on the human body, including the face, fall in halves, quarters, or thirds. Third way down gives you the crease between the lips, and then another third of the way is the crease between the bottom of the lip area to the top of the chin plane. Again, this is something that you can memorize and then allow you to sketch faces that have very accurate proportions very quickly. Now, the eyes have 1 eye link between them. On the human body, you use the head as the unit of measurement. You say the body is 8 head links. On the face, you use the eye width as the unit of measurement. It is, again, your inches or your centimeters. So you say it is 1 eye width. The space between each eye is 1 eye width. Now, the outside depends on the person. It's often about 3/4 of an eye width between the outside of the eye and what you have the outside of the face there from that angle. Also, the nose is often right around 1 eye width, with the mouth being almost 2 eye widths. The outside of the mouth will be at the pupils, vertically down, or the inside of the iris. My mouth is a little bit narrow, so it is toward the inside of the irises. Vertically, the ears align with the top of the eyebrows and the bottom of the nose. That one actually should go down a little bit. And that will change a lot depending on where they tilt your head. So you can look at my my video down there. Like if my head is tilted down, my ears will look much higher on my head, where if I tilt my head the other way, my ears look lower. Of course, the face is rotating on a middle axis around where the ears are. So if you want to sketch the face, what do you want to do? You want to start with your circular shape, and then you block in square. And then we can go ahead and just chop off a bit for the chin and the jawline there. And we'll say that the neck is right around here. And then we want to give the overall height and divide that in half. And that would be between here and here, halfway between those, because that is the middle segment. So that would be the pupil line. And then we would divide from here to here in half. And that would give us right about there. And that would be the nose line. We can divide this into thirds. And that gives us the crease of the mouth, the top of the chin, and then eyebrows up here. The hair will often be about halfway between the eyebrows and the top of the head. This is something that varies a lot between people. Some people have very low hairlines. Some people, of course, have receding hairlines. So that I give you that. And then you have, of course, the ears on the outside. Now, this is, of course, the wider version of the face, so it does look different than that one. Then the eye widths are going to be right around there. So one eye space, one eye. Next, let's talk about symmetry. Of course, the body is symmetrical from side to side, where the left side mirrors the right side, right down the middle. However, this does not remain true for the musculature on each limb, and it's important to understand that. Say that we can have a little x-ray vision and the upper bone here is like this. Then pay attention to these shapes. The shoulder is coming down with that, and then it's coming to this muscle, and then the bicep is on this side. You see how they offset. It's one on this side, one on that side, and it meets in between. So they create a zigzag pattern as it runs down the body, each one being able to offset the other one. They don't have the bone in the middle with just a muscle on each side like that being symmetrical to the bone. Same sort of thing down here in the legs. The apex of the curve is up here. The next apex of a curve is down here on the inside. The next apex is there. So they have a tilt to a lot of the muscles. The calf is not a perfect round where the outside is here and here. No, the outside goes out here and then down there. The ankle bone is not even across. It has a lean, so the outside part is here, the inside part is up there. You can go into understanding a bit of the mechanics of the human body and why the muscles have to offset each other in order for the push-pull of the body and the motion of the body to actually work. So let's move on to the next section and just talk about a little bit of the practices.